Okay, let us have a very quick one. As we all know, AI is taking over the whole world, whether anybody likes it or not. So they need to begin to look basically on how most of this AI operates is a worthwhile effort. Now, in this very quick Python program I'm about to write, the essence is just getting an AI to identify these images here by kind of telling us how many number of images are here, pointing them, differentiating dog from cat and cat from human being at the rest. This picture may not be perfect for very good identification, looking at the girl being too close to the cat. So, but I think let's just see how the AI using this program I'm about to write is able to identify these various images. All right, to make it more obvious for human understanding, it will be good to cycle the position of each of these animals. We will not use cycle per se. We are using a square to get the AI to cycle the location of each of these images. So with this sprite I have here now, called the square box, we want to get it, we want to use it to be cycling the position of each of these objects being identified by the AI. So we begin by using a particular extension in PictoBlocks. That extension provides functions and class. The class, okay, let's just move. I want to call this one let me call it objects, or let me just say objects detected. So, okay, this is the main object detection is the main class that holds functions that will help us analyze the images in any picture that we have. Now that we have created a pointer to this particular class, if you don't want to use object, we can equally say object pointer, because this particular variable here, the job is to point to all the functions within the object detection extension or object detection class. So this object pointer is able to point to the whole of these images. Now that the pointer has been activated, how does the pointer do that? It does that by a kind of using a camera to read this input, to read these images. So when the camera is turned on, though there won't be need for turning on the camera, it can do the job without turning on the camera. But what we are going to do is to set, after it has taken a picture, after it has analyzed this particular image, let it a kind of confirm that I am sure that this particular thing is this place and it is this. To do that, we now say the object pointer, the object pointer dot set threshold 0.4. So once the pointer have analyzed the image and it is giving up to 40% sure of what you have seen, we are telling it, okay, go ahead and show us what you have seen. That's one. Okay, let me quickly make this box smaller. It's too big. And let me position it here so that it will be far away from these images. I think it will be better for me. So for me to do that, I have to do the box. Look at it here. This is the pointer sprite. So to talk to that box, I will have to say sprite dot go to. So I want to reposition that thing to, let's just say, minus 210. That is the X position down somewhere here. and also minus 150. Y position also down here. Let me equally set the size. Sprite does set size. I want it just to be like 40. Let it get very, very small. So let me be sure that this thing is doing exactly what we want it to do. Oh, the entire program needed to run this thing is being loaded. So we have to wait slightly until finish loading. Okay, the extension needed to run this program has been loaded. So so you can see the position of this box. It moved too much. This should be 210, not 230. Okay, let's go. Let it come out a little bit. Good. So now that is far away from the images, we want these sprites to be able to tell us, even before we start analyzing images for human acceptability, let this sprite be able to tell us how many images it can see. So for that to happen, it will be good to use this pointer to analyze the images. As soon as the object has been created, once you say analyze, a kind of background work, kind of picture of this particular place will be taken internally by the AI before. So to see what the AI will do with that picture, we will now use the object pointer we just created and simply say analyze the stage. So with this command here, something happened in the background. Picture taking, retaking of this picture, the analysis of the images here is being done. And as soon as that is done, we can actually tell the sprite to tell us what have you seen. And to get that sprite to tell us what he has seen, we simply say sprite or say, I want to use a special kind of F print. This F print, when you see what I will do with it, okay. The AI is now telling us, I can see, wanted to tell us how many images. Let me just use objects. Let it tell us how many objects it can see. Now, there is a particular function that we need to call that can release the total number of objects as received during this object pointer analysis. And that object is also within the object detection class. So the pointer will help us bring that function. So dot count. Okay. So this particular function, based on parameter released by this object pointer, will automatically hold the total value of whatever thing it is saying here. If I should run this program like this, it should be able, this sprite should be able to at least tell us what it's saying. So let's do that a quick one. Okay, so you can see it says it can see 2 objects. Okay, if you repeat it many times, sometimes it will change. So it is still seeing the 2 objects. Not bad. All right. Let that image, let this thing be able to disappear. Okay, let's go quickly. Now that we are already seeing some objects, we want it to analyze the objects that is seen. And for us to do that, based on the total number of objects you have seen, we want to loop around while it draws the object. So for us to do that, we need a for loop. For a in range 1 to objects pointer dot count plus 1. Okay, what happens in this situation now is that the image being fetched by this analyze stage is being kept in position 1 upward, not in 0. We know that in range can count from 0. Had it been these objects or these images picked by the AI, also they are positioned from 0, we wouldn't have needed this 1, and we wouldn't have also needed this plus 1. But because the images are placed starting from position 1, we have to make sure here is 1. And because this place is 1, we need this one to be able to iterate up to the last value. If we should just put the counter of the total number of images you have seen, which is 2, it will just start from 1, 2, and at all time, it will not complete the total image seen. So because of the placement of the image within the analysis stage, we have to format this place within the range function so that it will be able to pick the total image as needed. Now, it is time to draw this box this time around based on the size of the image you have seen. Remember, the AI already has this image already as I'm typing this program. All what we are doing now is to make it more understandable and easily felt by human beings. So whatever program I'm writing here is for human consumption. But I can assure you that as of before here, the whole system have already counted this image and is holding it already. But let us make it more useful to human. So we have to draw this sprite across each of the image that the AI is seeing. So we have to say something like sprite.set x my object pointer dot x of what? Of A. Okay, now see what is going on here. This image that have been seen by the AI, already they know the position, they know the size, they know everything. So what we are now telling it is, get to that particular image, because in this first round, it will be dealing with one of these images. Go to the first image, get the X position of that image, and set it to this sprite, so that this sprite too will be positioned where this object pointer, which is the image within the AI memory, so that both of them will be positioned in the same place. So this is where the AI have seen his image. So we are now passing it now to this sprite, so that this sprite will also be redrawn where the AI too is seeing. Okay, so we have to do that also before the drawing can be made properly. We have to equally do that for the y-axis. And within the y-axis, the object pointer equally y. So get us the y position of the first image you want to scan, get us the x position of the image, and draw a box. So this one will now make the box. So it's not enough for us to get the midpoint of the image. We also need the width, so that the box will just be as wide as the image width. So for us to fetch the image width, we have to do something like this. Sprite dot. So we are now setting the size of this box sprite based on another function within the object detection class called width. Width of what? Width of the image under investigation. So with these 2 lines of program, we will be able to, these 3 lines of program, we will be able to draw this box according to what the AI is saying. Now, it will also be able to, this AI is also able to detect various objects, up to 90 different objects. So we want it to tell us what kind of objects are you seeing. So we just have to say sprite dot say object pointer dot class name. Okay, so this function class name will be able to bring up values like dog, cat, a person, a car, a this, a that, and all that. So that will be the job of that one. Now, after doing that each time, it need to wait slightly. So say time dot sleep, or let me go with 3 seconds. Now, this thing will flag error because this class is not automatically imported in this place. But as soon as we import time, I think we will be done with that. And if we run this program again, it should be able to tell us total number of image, then begin to use this stripe to draw the position of these images. Okay, you can see a person. Okay, so the error here now is that I did not pass in each object. So each of the objects is different from the other one. But because I didn't put this A here, whatever is the first one is printed, you use that person for the others. So let's replay again, now that the correction has been made. Okay, you can still see 2 objects. So it will now go ahead and draw. So you have drawn on this person, you can see a person, and you can equally see a dog. That is all you can see. Therefore, now that it has shown us the thing you can see, it will also be good for us to hide that sprite at the end. Sprite, the hide. At the end of this, I don't want to see this box after its analysis. So because I'm hiding this thing here, it will also be good if I show it here at all time. Okay, so with this, I will be able to see this box in the beginning. Can also see 2 objects. I may have to open lights. Maybe it will be able to detect. You can see human being. You can also see a dog. Then at the end, I want that sprite to be hidden. All right. So aside this code now, I have about 3 images here. So the next thing I want to do is to go through all the images here. And for me to be able to go through those images, each time you finish the first image and hide, we will now say sprite dot next backdrop. So we want the next backdrop. So let it change. And after changing, let it do the analysis again. So for us to be able to do that more correctly, it will be good to shift this, then use a Y. So Y backdrop, backdrop count is greater than 0. So I want it to iterate over this backdrop count, depend on the number of the backdrop image I have. So let me go with backdrop count. Since I have only 3 backdrop, let me make it 3 because I have 3 backdrop. So far the backdrop is greater than 0. It will do this. After doing this, it will now change. It will change to the next one. So for as it's changing, let me do backdrop count is equal to backdrop count minus 1. So what will happen now is when it's through with this image, it will change it, decrement the count so that the next backdrop will be affected. In fact, watch it play so that you get it well. So you can see two objects as usual. Can see a person, can see a dog. So it will change the backdrop. It says it can see 6. So let it identify those 6. You can see a person. You can see another person, another, or that man behind. Okay, another person, another person. All right, here you can see 8 objects. So let it iterate around the objects. Okay, can see that car there. A traffic light, can see the traffic light. Can see this one. You can see this car here. Another car. You can see that man on bicycle. Okay. So it has returned to the first image after a good thought. So you can see with this kind of program, if you have 1,000 images, you can actually go through and perform AI analysis of the image on all of them. That is really a wonderful program. So thank you for your time.